Wonder what we're going to talk about today. What's up, you guys? It's Nick here at the Lost River Drive-In to talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And before you freak out, no. This is not one of those videos where I defend the movie, where I talk about how it's an underrated masterpiece and it's like the greatest Halloween movie after the original, though all of those things are very true. Today's video is going to be more educational. It's going to be about the documentary that Rob Zombie made for Halloween 2 that will never see the light of day. Unfortunately, I hope that's not true, but that's the word we got on it years ago from Rob Zombie himself. Now, let me preface this by saying a few things. If you guys know Rob Zombie, if you've watched Rob's movies or own any of his movies, you know that he puts making of documentaries on his physical releases. He loves to do it. And me being somebody that loves behind the scenes content, especially making ofs, especially documentaries on set, I eat that stuff up. So I always give Rob credit for doing that. Not enough directors, especially nowadays, do that, where they let the people go behind the scenes and see from inception to final product on screen. They don't let us see that enough. Rob does that. Years back in an interview, Rob Zombie said that he had made an 8-hour documentary, or at least 8 hours of footage that he could compile together, and it was all just like Michael Lives for Halloween 2. From pre-production to post-production. It was going to take us along for the ride. There was a lot more to film this time around. There's reasons for that. We'll get there. But Rob said, doesn't belong to him. It's in a vault somewhere, and it will never see the light of day for obvious reasons. And that got people going, but why? Doing a little bit of digging, you'll find out why. See, unfortunately, Halloween 2 was, to this day, Rob Zombie's absolute least favorite movie to make while making it. Now, it's awesome to see that Rob is proud of this movie now, that he loves this movie, and that he wears it as a badge of honor, and he should, because the movie rules. But during production of that movie, it was hell for him. He was burnt out already by a lot of the fan reception to his remake. Love or hate that movie, a lot of people went way too far with their criticisms. Attacking him and Sherry personally, it was just come on, guys, it's a movie. So he was already burnt out on that. He didn't want to come back for Halloween 2. And then he got word that they were going to be doing it anyway. Continuing with his story and his characters. He felt like ownership of that. These are my iterations of these characters. That is a sequel to my movie. It's going to be an extension of my movie, but it's not going to be me doing it. So Malik and he talked it out, and Malik was basically like, please come back. And if you come back, I will give you creative control to do whatever you want. Carte blanche, Halloween, here's what you have. Laurie Strode, Michael Myers. Do whatever else you want with it. And Rob said, okay, if I'm going to have creative control, I'm going to do that. So he came back and he had creative control. Or so he thought. Now, what you saw on screen was Rob actually getting the creative control that he was promised. That is because Halloween is owned by the Akkads. Malik Akkad, being the son of Mustafa Akkad, calls the final shots. Nothing the distributors, financiers say at the end of the day matters when it comes to Malik. A lot of times they think it matters. They give their input. They really try to alter the course of things when a movie's being made. But at the end of the day, Malik has final say. So with that, Rob was shooting Halloween 2. And every single day on set, multiple times a day, he said he would get calls from Bob Weinstein. He said he would get calls from just people at Dimension saying, you can't do this, you guys need to rewrite this, you need to reshoot this, what are you doing today, are you going over budget, are you not in the location that you should be in? It was a mess. It was an absolute mess. So Rob's getting annoyed constantly every single day on set by these people basically breathing down his neck trying to bark orders at him, even though he was told by the owner of the property to do whatever he wanted. So then Rob would go to Malik. Malik would say, you're good. I'll take care of it. You're good. Well, this created a really hostile environment on set where there were arguments, there were disagreements, there were fights, there were blow-ups, there were just very open disparaging remarks made about Dimension, about the Weinstein Company, Bob in particular, all caught on film. Rob clearly being miserable, Rob clearly talking shit, Rob clearly airing out all the dirty laundry for everyone to see. There were 8 hours of footage because a big portion of that was Rob wanting the audience to see what he went through while making this movie. That was intentional. That was not accidental. It was like, you have no idea the hell some of these people are putting me through. So, obviously, the Weinstein Company, being a financier and distributor of that movie, were like, no way. You're not going to release this documentary footage. It makes us look bad. It makes us look unprofessional. It makes the shoot of this movie look unprofessional. It makes you look unprofessional. No, it's not happening. So it was out of his hands. That footage was, given to them, I believe is what Rob said, and they did what they did with it. He said the footage exists, and he'd love to release it someday, but it's just not in the cards. It'll never happen. I would assume that maybe that footage was either destroyed or sold off or whatever when the Weinstein Company dissolved because Harvey Weinstein's a piece of shit. Bob Weinstein obviously is just an asshole, but at least he wasn't a total scum of the earth douchebag like Harvey. So there's that. But if you've listened to any interview that Rob's done years after Halloween 2, where he's been on radio shows or whatever it might be, and he's talked openly about the production of Halloween 2 and how absolutely arduous and difficult it was, and how the entire time he was making it, he was hating it almost. He really, really was just pissed and stressed out all the time. So on one hand, he's kind of glad almost that this footage won't see the light of day, but on the other hand, he wants the people to see that. He wants the people to see the process, and he really just wants to deliver for the fans that love this movie. Hey, watch us make this movie every day like I did with the first one. I hope you enjoy that. I hope you get a peek behind the curtain. And not just a peek. We're going to rip the entire curtain down and show you everything. We're going to spread it bare for y'all. And I would have personally loved to see that. Now, Christian and I have talked, obviously, multiple times now with Sean Clark. I've had him on my channel. We've had him on the podcast a few times. Sean is a great dude. Sean has infinite number of stories. And he could talk to you about Halloween 2 all day because he was getting the call sheets every day. He was getting, these are the production notes and everything every day. So he knew where they were filming, what they were filming every single day. Malik reached out to him while they were filming and was like, hey, come down and come on set for a couple days. And I believe Sean said that he couldn't do it. He had something else going on. So he actually wasn't able to go on set. But he did a video not long ago doing the, detailing the Halloween 2 filming locations. And he shows you the call sheets and whatnot. So he had them all. Like, he knew every location they filmed in. This guy was in the know. And talking to Sean about it, he was open with us about it too, basically saying the same. Everything that Rob said, he reiterated. Oh, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. Malik had promised Rob this. Malik wanted to honor that. Malik and Rob are friends, and he took it personal when the Weinsteins were trying to step on toes the entire time. And it was just this toxic environment that nobody involved being in. But at the end of the day, Rob got what he wanted because Malik stuck to his word and said, no, I'm going to let you do what you want to do, regardless of what these people may say or think. And for that, Malik is a real one. He's just, that's so awesome. Like, say what you will about some of the Halloween movies since Malik has taken over, though I will say some of the better ones are when he took over, particularly this one and Halloween Ends, in my opinion. But I'm just saying, like, Malik stuck to his word, and he was loyal to his friend. So, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 8-hour documentary. It exists. It is in somebody's hands. It's real. It's full of drama. And we'll never see it. That sucks. Having said all of that, though, nowadays, the internet is very powerful. The internet can make people do things. You get things trending, or you get this out into the public eye, and people are more aware of it, and they bring it up to Rob when they see Rob, when they talk to Rob, and maybe wheels start turning on it. Who knows? But the fact that this footage exists, and the fact that the Weinstein Company is no more, makes me believe that maybe one day it could happen. Maybe. So, I don't know, guys. You tell me down below what you think about this. Like, would you like to see this? Would you not like to see this? Why would you like to see it? Why are you wrong for not wanting to see it? We can discuss all of that down below in the comments section. But I really want to hear your thoughts on it. I really want to know if you guys were aware of this or if this is news to you. Again, down below, Let's discuss. Leave a like on this video if you haven't. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We are almost into spooky season, so you know I'm going to be doing hella Halloween content. It's my yearly thing. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I am pulling out.